All right, there we go. Now we're live. Hey, everybody, how we doing?
What's up?
I got Sean with me just in case there's a whole bunch of chatting in the chat, just because I don't like looking to see how many people are actually there, because I had speech class when I was in college of public speaking, and every time I had to actually get in front of the class and speak, I skipped class. Yeah, I still had to get up and talk a couple times. All right, pros and cons of reselling.
Hey, really quick, you don't have me highlighted or anything on there, do you? Did you click on me by any chance?
Yep, I did. Sorry about that.
Okay.
There
No,
we
that's
go.
cool.
I'm on my second beer. I'm a lightweight. I don't care. So, the pros and cons of reselling. I think when I was first getting around into the whole YouTube community, I was having like some of the best months ever. Oh my God, I was making so much money. It was really ridiculous. Then I found that it doesn't always stay. You're on YouTube. You get in my lap. You're on YouTube. Got it? Yeah, look at that face. That, oh my God, did you really do that to me? You lay on my shirts and you get punished. Yeah, one of the cons of YouTube, of reselling, when you have pets, they lay all over your clothes if you don't have them put up right. So they're in the wash again. For a second or third time. I'm talking to you. All right. Gotta love them, but they can be a hassle sometimes. But let's see here. Yeah, when I was getting started with YouTube, I was having a whole lot of money coming in a very short time, and I was happy. I was like, great, I made it. I'm like golden. I don't have to worry about money ever again. Yeah, that didn't last. Like, I'm sure even Sean can attest to that one. We all have our issues. But no, I know all of us have that problem. I mean, hell, I wanted to point this out. One of the big cons. June is always the worst month. I've had some people saying that it's not June for them, it's other months. Like, well, you can say whatever you want. I know a lot of other sellers have been saying this has been a really bad month for them, or it was a really bad month for them now that it's gone. Ooh, excuse me. It was Wednesday of almost 2 weeks ago now. I found out I didn't have rent money. I was flat broke. I had to grab like $5 out of my big bottle of change so I could at least go to Goodwill and pick up a few things. I was almost out of gas. I had to take stuff to the post office, and I grabbed my few dollars that I had to go to Goodwill and buy something because I had almost everything here listed. And when you have everything listed, you know you have a problem if you're flat broke. So I went out and I picked up one item. And I wasn't just going to pick up anything. I was picking up something that had at least a 95% sell-through rate. So I could at least say I got something and it sold. And I picked something up for $3, listed it, and it sold in 2 hours. It sold for $30 plus shipping. And okay, great. So I had that item take to the post office, had to go out to Goodwill again, get another item, and I didn't get just one. I picked up like 2 or 3. It's like at least a 90% sell-through rate or better. Do that for about a week and a half. I thought about doing a YouTube video of the path to getting rent. And I figured I wanted to do it, but I didn't have the time. It's like I had to move. I had to move hard. I had to move fast. what do I need to do? How fast do I need to do it? Okay, so it's going out, picking up items from Goodwill, selling them, post office, anything I can get from Amazon, eBay, my job, everything that I was doing. And I had absolutely nothing at the beginning. In that week and a half, I pulled together $1,000 because of everything. I got rent. Like, I even had to take a day off. My uncle passed away. I drove all the way out to Ohio. I went to his funeral. I came back all in that one day. And I got at least one more item listed on eBay that day. That was like $80, $90 in gas round trip. And it cost me almost the whole day. No thrifting, no selling. I put my store on vacation mode. It can be done. It's not easy. Especially in the worst month of the year. At least for me, it was the worst month of the year. So I'm going to say, if you're telling me you're flat broke, you don't have anything, search your couch cushions. I don't care what anybody says. It's like, oh, I don't have anything to sell on eBay. Okay, I'm going to get blunt, and I'm not just talking to everybody. I'm talking about myself also. Like, I need to do this also, so don't think I'm just talking directly to you. If you tell me you don't have any money, you don't have anything to sell on eBay, bullshit. When I got started on eBay, I didn't have anything. I didn't have any money. Okay? I did what I didn't want to do. I started selling my personal possessions that I did not want to get rid of. I sold my Super Nintendo collection. I loved those games. I didn't want to do it. Back then, I needed rent. That was when I first got started and how I figured out how to sell on eBay. I made more money that month than I ever knew I could do in a month. That's where I caught the eBay bug. So I don't care. You can tell me you don't have anything that's worth anything. Look. Like, I picked up a few things that I didn't think were worth anything, and I at least got a couple bucks out of. You're glaring at me again.
Cat, like I'm gonna scratch you.
No, he adores me to the point where it's actually kind of scary.
Mm.
He'll do anything and everything for me. The pros of selling on eBay. We all know what those are. I think I've made more money. Yeah, I've made more money in some months than I ever thought I could possibly do. And it was, oh my God, I can't think of anything. It's like, I have everything going for me right now. It's like, I should quit my job. No, I'm going to keep my job. And I have decided I am going to keep my job. I just loved my job. It's like, I don't really need it for the money anymore, but I just really love my job. If I quit, I'll miss my customers. It's like, it's disturbing. I just love delivering pizza. It's great.
Yeah.
Feel free to throw in anything that you can think of, pros and cons of eBay, or just reselling in general.
Well, I can attest that you don't pay your fees, man. They shut you down hard. They give you about a week and a half or so, and then they they'll let you list during that time. They don't let you do anything really other than sell, which is and then all of a sudden they're like, bam, sorry, everything's taken down. And yeah, they give you a little time if you get behind it all. But yeah.
I used to let them come up with my let them send me my invoice, and then I would pay it all at once. And after a while of that, it's like, you know what? That's kind of hard to do all at once. So I'm going to pay my fees every week. So every Saturday, I would pay my fee. Like, it was a lot easier to pay a little bit at a time than to try and pay a whole month all at once, because sometimes you'll have really great months and then you're like, oh my God, I have like a $500 fee for eBay. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I have to work to pay my fees now.
Yeah.
That's not fun, especially when it hasn't been, when you've had to use that money for everything else. It's like, yeah, pay your fees as you go. If you need to pay your fees after every item, do it.
Yeah. Hey, did you want to tell them what the item you bought to start your mint fund was? That's a question in the chat.
Let me pull it up. Let's see here, go back. Where is it? Here we go. Let me do this. Screen share this item. Yeah. It was an HD DirecTV receiver with remote. $40 plus shipping. I was lucky. I only paid like $2 and some change, and with tax, it came up to about $3. And I listed mine on the high end. There was only one other one listed on eBay, and he was asking the same price. And the highest price was going sold. His went for like $200, but something just seemed wrong about that. And the second highest was this price.
Yeah.
Always, if you can, take a picture of the remote just to show, with a battery case, to show that there's no corrosion.
Good point.
Yeah, that's what I got started with going. Trying to get it, the money flowing again.
13-2 Survive wants to be a pizza delivery driver too.
I love it. I don't know why, but I just really love delivering pizza. You're going to have your pros with delivering pizza, and you're going to have your cons. Like, you'll have a lot of people who will go out of their way to stiff you. Like, yeah. I'm going to save that story for another video. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Every pizza delivery driver has their stories. I can still name 3 crack houses off the top of my head from a pizza place that I worked at a long time ago. But I love delivering pizza, especially when you need the money, because, like, this last week, I really needed the money. All the drivers knew that I needed the money because I would lap them 2 and 3 times for every single one of theirs. It's like, see here, Brian made like $80, and I ended up pulling in $180 on Thursday. And Thursday is not the slow time. Or Thursday is this relatively slow. Friday was actually pretty decent.
Hey, there you go. Good then.
Yeah, my work from the last week and a half, money's still flowing in pretty decent. I'm actually kind of curious. What was that? Oh, that was a best offer. And you know what? I was taking any and all best offers, even on those that I knew other resellers were shopping my store. Go on. I had other resellers shopping my store, offering me money for my credit cards. It's like, I don't want to do it, but I need the money. And he was offering me $5 for the American Express credit cards. It's like, man, I have these things listed for 20, and he's been buying off me for a while, but this time he actually lowballed me at the perfect time. It's like, I needed the money, he wanted it. It's like, okay, I have to accept it. He bought like 5 credit cards off of me for $5 a piece. Yeah, he paid shipping.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is American Express credit cards sell for about $20 a piece.
Yeah, turn around and flip them.
Yeah. He's already got them listed. Like, oh, okay, well, you caught me at the right time. You want them? All right, you got them.
So what about defects? They want to know about defects.
What about defects? Because that could be a whole different show.
Yeah, good.
I think I'm up to 8, but my percent is 1.31% right now.
Yeah. Remember mine, it's close still.
Catch up. I'm gonna go grab another beer.
Ooh. Yeah. Pros and cons. I mean, pros, at least you get paid right away.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It's like I got stuff off to Amazon, and then it was, okay, I'm gonna let the money that is going to be coming to me come to me, and then just list stuff as merchant fulfilled, because I really don't do merchant fulfilled items. I have a few, but they don't move. I think I've only sold like 4 items as merchant fulfilled. I would rather have it go off to Amazon and have them handle it all, so that I have the extra room here. And here's another con for you. One of the VCRs that I sent off to Amazon that sold for $120 got damaged in shipping. So when the customer got it, it was destroyed. They took the money out of my account, what they were going to be paying me.
Yeah.
So I had to work that much harder of, okay, instead of getting this much money from Amazon, I'm going to get this much money from Amazon. And it's, okay, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? Get a hold of Amazon, say, what do I have to do if this item was damaged? What do I need to do to get this fixed or have it sent back to me? And first they were like, oh, well, you're going to have it recalled to you and do this, that, and the other. And then he's like, hold on, let me verify. They're going to handle everything. If it was damaged in shipping, they will handle everything. It's like, good. Like, if it was damaged in shipping, is there any way I can get that remote back? And he's like, why? It's like, well, I purchased that remote separately, and I paid more money for that remote than I paid for the actual VCR. And he was confused. He didn't understand it. And I had to explain to him of, one, I used to work for Amazon, and nobody knew how FBA worked. And I ended up figuring it out. And I've been reselling on eBay for years, and you can buy the remotes for VCRs on eBay. I didn't tell them where I was buying my stuff. And I had to buy the remote. I paid like $25 for that remote. Like, if it's still okay, can I have that remote sent back to me? He's like, well, if you end up getting paid for the item, I'm going to have to say no. But thanks for the tip, because I don't know how to sell on Amazon FBA, and I'm your tech support.
That's funny.
Your Amazon FBA tech support doesn't know how to sell on Amazon FBA. Think about that one.
Yep. There's a con right there.
Yeah.
They don't truly understand it. They can't really help you all that much.
They can help you to a point, but they don't understand how it all is supposed to work. Yeah.
A lot of it's in their little script binder thing they have there, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to sell reading programs, and There was a few times, man, it got out of that script. Man, it was like, whoa, wait. They're like, get yourself, quick.
Yeah.
If they ask some off question, that wasn't a yes or no. Luckily, it was a lot of they would do the classes at like colleges and stuff, so
Hmm.
you can kind of use that as a well, it is whatever Middle Tennessee State University or whatever,
Yeah.
so it's obviously blah blah blah, but yeah, quite interesting.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Pros. Well, I think we all know the pros, and I've gone over just some of the basics, and we don't have to worry about the pros. Cons. Anybody who tells me if you tell me you don't have anything, and you've already gone through everything that you have, and you don't know about getting more stuff to sell on eBay, if you tell me you've gone through all of your items and you don't have anything to sell on eBay, and you have been selling on eBay, but you don't have any money, all right, I'll help you out right here. And I did this for about 2 years. Look on Craigslist. Look under the free section. Look for curb alert, leftover yard sale stuff, hoarder's house, anything else that you can think of on the Craigslist section that I went to, because I pulled in some
curb alerts, garage sale, free leftovers. Yeah, anything listed as cleaning out a hoarder's house.
Oh God, the hoarder's house. That was so awesome. Oh my God, I filled my van with so much, and I mean this literally, junk. From every single seat and my hatch was filled to the max, and it was all junk, except for like 2 items. It's like I got a couple lamps that I sold to a person for, how much did I sell them for? Was it like $40 for both of them?
I don't remember how much you sold them to Amy for.
It's like I could have sold them for more on eBay, but it was cash here and now. And then there was I picked up a box of records. I didn't even think about it. I just grabbed it. I knew some could be worth something, and I looked up. I just started flipping through.
He just grabbed it. He just filled the van, because that's what happened when him and all these other people arrived at the house. They were like, "Look, she's out to lunch with a friend. Come in, grab what you can load into your car, and get gone as fast as you can," basically.
So I did.
And that's what him and like 5 other people did.
Oh, there was more than 5.
Okay, I was.
There was like 20 people there.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there. It was like a 3-story house, wasn't it?
2-story.
2-story. Okay.
And one box of records I picked up. I was just flipping through, and it was like the 3rd or 4th record I looked at. I'm not kidding when I say this. I squealed like a little girl on Christmas morning. My wife, on the other side of the apartment at the time, came running. Oh my God, what's wrong? I picked up and showed her a near mint condition dual disc 1977 Star Wars LP. Oh my God, that was just such an awesome find. And I ended up selling that thing for like $150.
Sweet.
Yeah, I loved that one.
Hell yeah.
That was just, that was the awesome find, because there was the 2 discs. The sleeve thing was in perfect condition. It had a little extra piece of paper in between the fold, and it was just, yeah, nobody else had one like it, and it went for $150. You know, that was like the most I've ever made off of one item on eBay, at least at that time.
Yeah, I guess so. That point. So here's a con to picking free stuff up on Craigslist. So this is the reason why he actually has a smartphone now that he has. I'm going to chime in here. When I heard Craigslist, I decided I needed to come in here. When you pick up free stuff on Craigslist, you are going to end up with a few gems and a bunch of stuff that's kind of worth something but not a lot, and then you're going to end up with a bunch of stuff that's not worth anything.
Yeah, a lot of junk.
You look it up and decide it's not worth anything, donate it. Put up another free listing and pass it on. Don't be Michael. Don't sit on it and sell it for $1 just so you can sell an item. We had so much stuff. That's why he got the smartphone, because I was like, look, you've got to start scanning things. You've got to start when you were out picking stuff up, looking to see if it's worth anything before you bring it home. We don't have enough space for this.
Shortly after we got the smartphones, we discovered about the buying from Goodwill to sell on eBay. And that's where basically everything, our entire life changed. And it was basically game on.
Yeah, and once we had the smartphones, then we could actually check eBay and things like that, you know, as we were out shopping, or even picking stuff up free on Craigslist, or even shopping regular Craigslist to see if it was worth it to turn around and resell. You know, it helped us have a better idea of what was worth anything. So it was really beneficial. But yeah, if it's not worth anything, don't hold on to it just to sell it. Because he would bring stuff home and he'd be like, no, I have to sell it.
I felt bad of throwing away some of that stuff.
Well, you didn't even need to throw it away. We could have redonated it. We could have put up another free listing, you know, to pass on the stuff we didn't want. But that is definitely a big con. You can end up with a lot of stuff, and at some point you just gotta, you know, make your peace with. You brought home, you know, 5 boxes from a Curve Alert, and only 1 box of worth of stuff was worth anything. You just have to do that and move on, because you don't want all that extra stuff cluttering up your house just to not have any profit, or to end up with a loss when it comes to shipping in the end anyway. So
I remember going to one with my wife, grabbing all the stuff. She's like, why don't you just look in and see what? I'm like, no, just grab it all. There could be stuff on the bottom of the boxes, you know. You never know. You know, just grab it all and then deal with it after.
Go through it and get it out.
That's what there's gotta be a few people that do that around here.
Sometimes the faster you can get it out, the better.
Yeah, because I mean, maybe because I think what I need to do is be out and about, you know, around the time when people are gonna start putting up free. Because man, by the time I get out there, you know, looking on the home computer, within 15-20 minutes, sometimes they're gone. It's all gone. So it's obviously people out there are doing it too. So they must be, you know, watching. It's everywhere. It's not just one area. So, you know, obviously they're watching. So.
I've gone from these. We were on the south side of Indianapolis, and the wife saw in a picture of a free listing that just posted. She saw 1 item she wanted out of that whole thing, and she's like, "Go to the other side of Indianapolis, the north side, which was over an hour drive. I want that 1 item right there. You go and you make sure you get that 1 item." Okay, I left right then. I drove to the north side of Indianapolis. It took me it was like an hour and 20 minutes for me to get up there, because we were living on this almost, if we crossed the street, we were in Greenwood.
Right, yeah.
And if I got all the way out there, that 1 item she wanted was gone. Everything else was there.
Oh, man.
I picked it all up. And as I loaded it, somebody else said, the person said, "Hey, I have a couple more items. Would you like to have them?" It's like, great, I'd love to take them. It's like I was trying to get in and out, and we needed money hard that time. And I took some of that stuff to Once Upon a Child, half-price books, just to get it gone right away. And God, I think that one trip, immediate cash from Once Upon a Child, we got $20 out of it. And then some other stuff, I don't remember. I remember I got some shoes out of it, and I couldn't really move them on eBay. But I was also working for a guy who helped me learn a little bit more about selling on eBay. He's actually one of the reasons I figured out how to print off shipping labels. And we got Yeah, he was actually the entire reason I figured out how to print off my shipping label, and I went out of my way and I found a better scale than he had, because he had a little tiny scale that he bought from Walmart for like $20 that could weigh up to 3 pounds. And then I found a better one on eBay, the one I still use, and it weighs up to 86 pounds, and including shipping, it cost me less than $20. I think it was like $18. Cons of selling on eBay. Oh my god, I had a week where I put up a whole bunch of electronics up for sale on auction just because I wanted to get them gone. And I had multiple electronics move, and people were buying them. And they weren't reading item description, or they didn't know what they were buying. And they're like, it doesn't do what I want it to do. And like, can I return it? It's like, you know what? It'll cost too much money to even worry about having you return it to me. I'm just going to say I'm going to have to write it off as a business expense. Keep the item. Here's your money back, including shipping. Luckily, they were one of those eBayers that knew how to message you, because I put in my listings, if you have any problems, message me first. I can fix most problems without having any kind of case opened. Most of them messaged me, and I had to give refunds for most of them, and I was pissed off.
Well, one of them, though, eBay had added something to the description
I had
that
a
we did
printer
not have in it.
that I listed, and eBay decided to put down that it was a Wi-Fi printer, and I did not put that in my description. I did not put that. I did not add that anywhere. Somehow eBay decided to put down that it was a Wi-Fi printer. No, it wasn't. The person messaged me. It's like, the only reason I bought this printer was because it was a Wi-Fi printer, and it's not a Wi-Fi printer. I was not happy because that printer weighed 32 pounds. I was lucky. My biggest box that I just happened to have worked perfect. I did not want to have them send it back. I even called a friend of mine who just happened to be in the same state. It's like, please tell me this person lives close to you. Is there any way you can get out to them, pick this printer up and give them cash, or at least just pick it up so I can give them their money back, and because otherwise I'm going to have a really big issue. And he's like, no, that's about an hour and a half from me. It's like, I don't think I feel comfortable doing it. It's like, crap. All right. So I got it resolved. I even gave them my personal cell phone number and was like, please call me when it is available for you to call me. And we talked on the phone. She said, I love the printer. It works great, but I need a Wi-Fi printer. And we came to an agreement. I refund her what the shipping cost was, and then she just takes what she paid for the item of the printer. I was still in profit mode. I actually made money off of shipping, so I wasn't worried about it that much, because for some reason with calculated shipping and with my discount, it only cost me like $15 to ship a 32-pound printer, but eBay charged her $45. I was confused at that. It's like, why am I making this much money off of shipping an item that weighs this much? Why is eBay giving me this much of a profit margin? It's like, what? I don't understand. But I wasn't going to complain, but then I had this issue. It's like, crap. But yeah, she was an elderly lady. She was in her late 60s, and she was a clown. And she ended up giving the printer to her sister, and she ended up just buying another one off eBay. But yeah, I was still in like a $30 profit off of that printer.
Yeah, and we were terribly confused when we got the message too, because we were like, wait a minute, we didn't put that down as a Wi-Fi printer.
And then I had to take
really weird.
I had to take a close look at that one. What is going on? Why is eBay saying that it is a Wi-Fi printer when it's not a Wi-Fi printer?
Yeah, it was really, because initially when he got the message, we thought it was a completely different item, and another troublesome client that we were dealing with at that moment too.
Mm-hmm.
That was the issue. And then when we were just looking at it from the mobile at that point, but when we got home and looked at it from the computer, we were like, what the heck? That wasn't listed that way to begin with. So eBay, after the fact, had gone in and added that. So you got to watch eBay too.
Yeah. Brian Cook and Rush County Picker go to Greenwood all the time. Rush County Picker is from Rushville, and Brian Cook is in Brownsburg.
Okay.
I think when we were still on the south side, we were only beginning to learn how to go to Goodwill to sell on eBay.
No.
It was just after that?
It wasn't until we moved up here, because remember, it was Melody that I worked with at the shoe store that told us about the 50% off Saturday.
Okay.
It wasn't until I came up here to work at the North Side store that we learned about it.
Yeah, because we were still living with my sister, sleeping on her floor when we finally got out of the worst of everything, and then ended up getting here. And we've exploded with eBay, and now I'm glad I don't have to worry about living with anybody else and sleeping on their floor again.
Yeah.
I don't like living with other people.
No.
No, I wouldn't either.
Some days I don't like living with you, but I love you anyway. Personal.
I will lick your nose. All right. Let's see here. I think we've, for the most part, gone over it all. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I think I'm looking at my second or third beer at this point.
That's your number 3, by the way. He has to go feed the cat.
I was actually just looking at the bowl, so.
Oh, man. Let's see.
Oh,
Tons of reselling. I know when you pick up, like, I used to do storage shed auctions. Those were pretty fun, but dirty, sweaty, hard, messy work. But
yeah.
fun as heck. Man, so much fun. Going through other people's stuff is a blast.
It really is. That's what I like best about getting free stuff off Craigslist.
Yeah.
You're going through all this other stuff and we haven't done any storage sheds yet, though. We've toyed with the idea, but I don't know. I feel like
you need some room if you need a little bit of room for them. But I know part of what I think is fun is you go through it. You're like, I mean, you kind of get an idea of who the person is a little bit, and you're like, why would they buy that? Why would they buy this? What the heck? Or a friend of mine is like, somebody must have gave him that. Like, well,
Like I've had a vintage video game that only worked on the IBM computer that was still wrapped in the original plastic, and that thing sold for $115, and I only paid $2.
Damn.
True story.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And again, in kind of reference to what he was saying about, don't say you don't have anything, because you'll be amazed what you have laying around your house that you think is trash.
Kitchen appliance parts. I don't care. If anybody tells me they don't have anything, all right, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to call bullshit. Don't tell me you don't have anything. Don't tell me you don't have anything that's worth anything. Even if you have a couple items that's worth maybe $2. If you don't have any money, that's one thing you can at least get listed. If you get $2 out of that thing, take that $2. Go to Goodwill. What can you pick up for $2? Like, I picked up that video game from Goodwill. It took like 5 months to sell, but it went for $115. I took that best offer because I had it listed for $180.
And it didn't take up too much space in the eBay closet.
No, it didn't.
So I didn't mind that it sat for that long.
I don't care if you have the kids. One of the reasons I have my kids with me is because people have told me I can't go out because I'm broke or I have my kids with me. It's like, oh my God, you've got the kids? Is that some sort of disease? Oh my God, no. Is it contagious? No, the kids. All right, you have your children with you. Take them with you. I do it in every single one of my videos. Okay, not every single one. Most of my videos.
Most of the videos
They go with me.
Yeah.
Tell me you have your kids with you? Great. My kids have learned what to look for. They're like, Daddy, VCR, blue lip. They know what to look for. They grab it. They'll tell me, hey, Daddy, I found this item. Okay, take a quick look. Oh, yeah, thank you. Put that in the cart. My daughter found a little toy. It's like, okay, well, it's $1. Well, it's not in the package. They only seem to be selling in the package. I'll grab it anyways, just in case. Sold in 5 minutes. I gave my daughter a cut. It's like, okay, sold for this much money. I'm going to give you a portion of it because you're the one who found it and pointed it out. Here's $5, Sonia. You're getting a portion of the profits for the item that sold for this much money. Here's money for you. She's more into me reselling. She has every intention of helping me resell. Your kids are there. They are excited about doing it sometimes. They love doing it. Even though they're like, I don't want to go to Goodwill. They get excited about it even though they don't want you to. They don't want you to know it. Take them.
I mean, it's just like anything else. If you watch our videos, sometimes they're really happy and gung-ho, and sometimes they're not as much. And sometimes they start out really good, and then slowly as the day progresses, they start to lose it a little bit, But they're kids, and that's what's to be expected. But,
Yeah.
we've had a lot of people that are like, well, you don't ever get to go out and do anything because you have your kids and stuff. It's like, yeah, but, we do all this stuff. And we do this together, and we're teaching them a valuable lesson about how to make your own money. Because unfortunately, we do live in a society now where just because you have a degree does not mean you have a job.
Yeah.
So true.
Like I think when I first went to college, my major was computer programming, then it was business administration, and there really isn't anybody looking for it anymore. Computer programming, yes, but I had issues with computers back then. But that was also the 90s.
And the market is saturated with people with that because that's where the money is. So that's what everyone's going to school for, and that's what everyone does. So it's kind of like, it gets to be redundant at some point. And at this point, they're learning money skills. They're learning entrepreneurial skills. And,
My kids are at least now at the point where they understand, yes, it does take money to make money, but go out there and do it. It's like it was a week and a half, and in the slowest month, I made $1,000, and I had to take a couple days off because I had my job, had a funeral, and I injured myself with work. That's another story. But even though with all that and everything that I did, I pulled $1,000 out of thin air in a week and a half.
Yep.
And I started with nothing. It's like I had to get in my big bottle of change, and I got it.
I rolled up $80.
And that was there towards the end. I was waiting for that one. I didn't want to do that one. But we got our rent, and we got our product to sell. That gave us the money for rent. You tell me you don't have money for rent and you only got a week? I did it. You can do it. I don't care. Tell me you don't have it. I will point you in the direction to do it. It can happen. Get off Facebook sometimes. Stop playing those games.
Facebook.
Get off Facebook.
Facebook, Pinterest.
Facebook has helped me get to where I'm at, and I'm glad. But you have to put that knowledge to use.
Yeah.
Do it. Don't just watch it on Facebook. Don't just look at it on Facebook. Don't just watch those YouTube videos. Because otherwise, that's pointless. Get out there and fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I'll be blunt. I'm doing this. I'm not just saying this to bitch at everybody out there. I'm bitching at myself. Sometimes I have to get off Facebook. I will just straight up close it. I don't care. I will go out and do it.
Sometimes I walk through the room and say, should you be playing on that? Why are you watching that pointless video? Don't you have eBay listings to do?
She does. There are times I have to have her tell me to get off Facebook and actually go out and actually buy the stuff out of Goodwill to get that stuff listed to make that money. It does happen. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm taking Sonia. She will tell me, I don't want to go. Too bad, you're coming with. Gets her out of her hair for other things and, beer burp. But she will find some of those good items with me. Like, I'll be looking at this item. She'll spot another item. I don't care if anybody doesn't have the money. There are ways. Think. Think outside the box. Go out and do it. It can happen. Like, even in the worst month of the year that I always have, I still did it. And it's like, I had a week and a half in order just to come up with rent. Yes, my electric bill is late. My gas bill is late. My car payment is late. But I still got the rent. And I will have, because now that the 4th of July is over, I've already had a whole bunch of sales, and it will happen. The money's already flowing again, and I don't have to worry that it's not going to. It's like my first sale with Amazon of the...
First sale this week was $126.
No, the first sale was a $120 item.
Oh, okay.
And I only spent like $750 on it. But it'll come. You have to have it there. But if you don't do it, go out and do it. Then it will come. Just keep moving. Don't stop. And it will happen. But you have to do it. Get off your phone. Stop playing the games on your phone. Stop playing the games on Facebook. Actually go out there and fucking do it.
Margaret says, what? No Minecraft?
No Minecraft.
You have to pencil in Minecraft time.
Have a schedule. I don't have a schedule, but I have a mental schedule. I just remember
I'm in the process of creating a schedule.
Night, like, even I've been in hangouts with people late at night, working, and then taking care of business, getting items listed. I have a hard time anymore going to bed before 3 a.m. No, I'm not a morning person. I'm a night person. I get those items listed at night. I am still drinking coffee at 2 a.m. Sometimes I'll run out of coffee at 2:30. I will get those items listed. And then if you just get so tired at like 12:30, you can't get any more listed. If you're still awake, watch a few YouTube videos of other resellers. What are they doing? What is working for them? What are the items that you need to learn to look for? Golden Finger Picker, Katy Patty, blah. Katy Pat.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Scrapparella. When I was getting started, I learned from Katy Patton and Scrapparella. They were the ones that actually got me to where I'm at. Well, at the very beginning, because Scrapparella was the one that I connected with the most, because she didn't say anything about going to Goodwill and buying items. She was just picking up items for free off of the street side. Dumpster diving. I've done dumpster diving. I've actually picked up a lot of good items from the dumpsters.
True story.
I mean, there was a DVD that I picked up out of a dumpster that sold for $50 in like a week. It can be done. It's just going out there and doing it. A lot of people aren't doing it. Like, they're just watching the videos. Don't forget to actually put that knowledge to work. Go out there and do it. If you don't do it, then you're not, it's kind of pointless. It's like, oh, I've watched all these videos. It's like, okay, well, what kind of feedback do you have of reselling? It's like, oh, I haven't sold anything. Go do something. If you're watching the videos but not actually listing anything, then what's the point? Yes, you're getting the knowledge, but you're not putting the knowledge to work.
That's one thing a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but I hear so often people say, I'm watching videos, buying like a printer and, you know, getting ready to start. I always think, well, just start. That's the best education. I mean, I've learned a lot more from my mistakes. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
The thing that kills me the most is when people look at me and go, that sounds like a lot of work. And I'm like, well, it is, but how is it any different than the work you're doing for somebody else right now?
You're just putting in hours for somebody else, and you could put those same hours to work making more money. Like, yes, you have a job. Unless you're working there because you love it, do something else. And I love my job. That's why I'm still there. I had an issue with a manager of mine a little over a year ago, and she fired me. It was like at the, let's see, what was that one? That was the, I went to Noblesville to a book sale, and I didn't say it in the YouTube video, but I got fired the day before. And I still went out to a book sale, and I spent over $200, and I put it on my credit card. And I made probably about $800 in 2 weeks from that. And it was when I first started selling on Amazon FBA.
I was going to say that was when we sent our first FBA shipment. So.
And I played, here's where I'm going to get frank. I played asshole. I called the president of the company, and I told him that I got fired. I want to talk to you about what happened before I call my attorney. I was not playing. He didn't get back to me in 2 days. I called my attorney. Great. A few days later, he called me. The president of the company where I work, he called me because I said, I'm going to call my attorney. I got my job back. It was a nice little ordeal, but I got my job back, and we'll just say that store manager is no longer the store manager there. Sometimes it pays off to be the asshole.
All right, we're getting off topic.
But yeah, if you don't have the money, there are ways to start you get moving. Even if you've never sold on eBay, start a little bit, it will get you moving. And then when you really need the money, when you need eBay to be there, and you've been watching the videos and you're interested, and you're just doing it a little bit at a time, eBay is going to give you the increase to sell more than 5 items as a brand new sell. They're going to increase that a little bit at a time. And it sucks that eBay only gives you 5 items a month. When I started, it was, you could list up to 100 items a month as an auction at 99 cents. no charge. And I really didn't know what I was doing, and I listed those items. I listed all of my Super Nintendo games as a 99 cent auction.
Ouch.
I didn't. Yeah.
It wasn't a big ouch though in the end.
At the
Oh, that's
beginning,
good.
I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I knew they had to be worth money, but I didn't know how to look them up. I was like, okay, this person has this item. I'm going to click sell similar because I don't know what I'm doing. Well, back then, that worked for me. It's like I had a Super Nintendo game. I actually had the physical game. And some of those games I sold for more than I paid brand new.
I was gonna say, yeah, some of the 99-cent auctions ended up in $50 plus profits.
75.
So,
Chrono Trigger.
yeah.
Final Fantasy. Secret of Evermore.
Yeah. That
I
was
miss
the
those
moment
games.
when I had to admit that most of that old video game stuff that he never used was not trash. Which is a hard thing to do.
Oh no. The Game Boy game boxes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
For years.
People need their game boxes.
Why are you saving that old cardboard trash? All I had was a Game Boy game
All we had were the empty
boxes.
boxes.
I didn't have the game. I don't know where the game went. I really did lose track. Those video game boxes. Some of them
And
that did
average-
sell for about 99 cents. Some of those Game Boy game boxes sold for $20.
No.
Just the box.
Yeah, just the
But
box.
you had the game, they want the box. Collectors.
Yeah, there's a
Hardcore
collector for
collectors
everything.
were looking for them so they could actually put a game in that with the little plastic container that was
Yeah.
in the box of, oh my God, I got the box in the plastic container with the manual. I have to have it. I got the game. They could get more money out of their item, and they were willing to pay top dollar. All right, I had trash lying around that my wife had been trying to tell me for years to throw away. I think out of all those Game Boy game boxes, I made 120.
All in all, in that first eBay experience with the old video game stuff, we made $2,000 off of all the old video game stuff. And that's
No,
when
we actually made more than that.
well, regardless, we made it. We made thousands of dollars off of old video game technology and cardboard. And that's when it
Cardboard
really,
boxes.
yeah. That's when it really clicked that, this was a worthwhile endeavor. And yeah,
The Nintendo Wii box.
that's just shameful.
I saw an episode on Jay Leno where somebody sold,
He was doing the
sold or not sold,
sold or not sold on eBay. If
And
anyone's familiar with that Jay Leno skit from
there
back
was somebody listed a Nintendo, or no, they listed an Xbox game or an
then.
Xbox.
It was an Xbox box, I think.
And they sold that box for hundreds of dollars. Like, okay, well, I didn't have an Xbox, but I had a Nintendo Wii box from my sister when she gave it to her kids.
One Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
She gave us.
And I listed. I was like, okay, I'm gonna list this. I sold that box on eBay for $15 plus shipping. Like, there's your pro right there. Sell an empty box on eBay.
And that's the moment when you learn that people will, in fact, buy anything. It's not a joke. People will buy anything on eBay.
Back in the 90s, I know there was a reseller, Nathan Rombod. I'm gonna call you out right now. You made a video about how you did some sort of Mission Impossible video about weird going all the way out to the park and picking up a pine needle. I don't remember what that price was, but he sold that pine needle on eBay. People will buy anything, but you just have to know how to market it.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to make a video out of it and post it on YouTube. Sometimes you just have to list it even if you don't know. Either way,
Story.
I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, but no, I'm not. Get up off your ass and go out there and do it. I don't care. I'm drunk. I'm on my 4th beer. Leave me alone. Like I said, if I don't get drunk, I'm not going to say it. People need to hear it. They need to hear it multiple times, and I need to hear it for myself multiple times.
I hear it from you all the time.
I need to
You
get
get
up.
drunk to say it on the computer?
No, I need to
I
hear
do
it for
too.
myself.
Okay.
Because sometimes I just need to close that Facebook and get to listing.
Don't I know it?
See? Even I need to get up off Facebook and get to listing. It happens. We all get distracted by Facebook or games.
Facebook, Pinterest, games.
It's like, yes, now that Facebook is out
Children.
there for us resellers to learn what to do, it has helped us. But it's not going to help you unless you actually put that knowledge to work. Get out there and do it.
Do it. Just do it.
All right, I think that's about all I've got. Unless Sean can come up with anything new.
No, I'm good. Done a heck of a job.
Yeah, I can only think of so much, and I'm drunk.
Mhm.
It's like I know there's the haters out there of, oh my god, I can't watch your video because you've got children in it. It's like, I do that for a reason. Oh yeah, somebody said, oh my god.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You have children who are in your YouTube video and they're loud and obnoxious. It's like,
Oh my word.
I have kids.
Yeah, no, her exact
That's
words were,
kids.
I watched a few minutes of this video, but that's all I could handle with those screaming children in the background. You'd think they'd be respectful enough to be quiet while you were doing that. Were her exact words.
Wow.
In the
Yeah.
back, like,
Get over it.
Don't
Get over
watch
yourself, lady. Yeah.
Learn
Holy
anything.
moly.
Like,
this is real life, people. This is really what we deal with on a daily basis.
yes,
Yep.
I make YouTube videos. Yes, I from it. I haven't been paid much. I mean, I've been making YouTube videos for over a year,
We've been paid once.
and I've been paid once. It was just over $100, but I figured that's my time. It's not really an income.
Mm-mm.
It's there, but I enjoy it more than anything. I do it to help people because there's that guy like me that didn't know about shopping at Goodwill to sell on eBay. And if you didn't know how to shop at Goodwill, they easily find me and ask me questions of, I'm having issues. What can I do? All right, this is what I did in the beginning with Craigslist. All right, get random junk and people will buy it. Even if you list it wrong and they are buying it to resell it, you at least made money. Just try something. I'm looking back now with my Super Nintendo games. I'm sure there's people out there that bought stuff off of me to resell, but I needed money. It got me started. I've had people come up to me in Goodwill. I've delivered pizza to people who have subscribed to me. Go, you're that guy. You're that guy on YouTube. It happens, and I'm glad I've been there for people. I'm glad I'm there. That I'm that guy that has helped inspire them. I'm not doing it for the money. It really isn't that much money. But
You wouldn't do it for the money because you don't get paid much for it. So
yeah,
Yeah.
$120 something for a year.
yeah.
It's knowledge that people have made. It's helped other people that I've come across that said it's helped them get started.
And I mean, another thing is too, we mention to people, and people watch our videos and they're like, why are you giving away all the secrets, or why are you telling people what you're doing? You're creating more competition. And I mean, the reality is too, if you look on YouTube anyway, we're not the only ones making videos showing people and doing this.
And
we're not making any more competition. The market's big enough for everybody.
and nobody gives all their secrets away. So
yeah,
everybody still has a few, in their back pocket.
I have a couple secrets I'm not going to share, but I share most of it.
Yeah.
It's like all sellers, if you ask an experienced reseller, we are not going to, most of us aren't going to direct you in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem trying to help you out. Like, just ask and I will try to help. There was a guy that posted in a group the other day of, how do I set up a PayPal account? I want to learn. I want to start this reselling. I've been watching enough. I think it's time for me to start. It's like, okay, great. It's like, here's basically just go to PayPal and start. It's like, well, is it a credit card based thing or is it not? It's like, no, it's not. It's essentially like a second checking account.
It's like an online bank.
Yeah, pretty much. Just start, and it really isn't that much of a problem. It's like, dude, I have a person who will message him later on. If you have any questions, just ask. I don't have a problem with helping you. I hope you got it and didn't go through the other folder on Facebook. I hate that other folder. Because I went through my other folder and I had like 20 some odd messages from people. It's like, oh, wow.
You don't see that other folder on Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you actually open the messages. And it's kind of, yeah.
It was
Brian Cook's secrets, like your middle name is Filbert.
No, my middle name is Eugene.
Now all of YouTube knows.
Now all of YouTube knows what my middle name is, and I don't talk about that one.
I was going to say, you don't tell anybody your middle name.
I'm drunk, so I don't care.
Yeah, he doesn't tell anybody. He tells everybody. Now.
I'm sitting here going, how long was it before I knew your middle name?
It was a while before you knew my middle name. All right, so is there anything else I can think of to really share? I think as of right now, I think that's it, but
I mean, you are drunk now. Did you cover?
You look like you're gonna pass out.
no, I'm good. You've had what? I'm on my 4th beer right now. Yeah, if I'm not drinking, I'm not going to think about what the...
Yeah, you're on number 4 right now. Wow.
Dude, and that's like just barely over an hour, man.
He may not be
That's
able
a lot of beer.
to. Let's not be delusional here. When he gets up out of this chair, it may not go so well.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
That's 4 beers in an hour is still a lot for everybody. So.
Oh, I only finished my first beer just before the video started. It's all right.
Yeah. And then the last 3 in the last 45 minutes. So.
All this, that's what I wanted to point out.
All right. Did you cover that, you need to keep up with your eBay stuff and make sure you're in communication with eBay about things? Because sometimes that gets...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like after a month, if they have, or after a while and you're using your eBay selling limits, don't hesitate to call eBay to ask them to raise your limits.
Most of the time, as long as you have a good selling status, they'll do that.
Yeah, because my primary account hit below standard for like a year, and then I finally got them after I got it out of it. I was calling eBay every month. Can you raise my limits? Can you raise my limits? Can you raise my limits? And they were doing it. They're like, yeah, you have no problems. We'll raise your limit, raise your limit, raise your limit. I was living off of my second and third eBay accounts. For those of you who don't know, I've got 3 eBay accounts.
Yeah.
Like I
You
have
have up to 4. I think it's still. You can have up to 4 accounts per PayPal account. So
yeah,
they
I've
just
got
have to have
2
separate
accounts.
emails. Yeah.
I've got 2 eBay accounts connected to my primary PayPal account, and I've got an eBay account in my wife's name. But that's completely separate. And they tried to connect after like almost a year. They tried to they were like, "Oh, you're on the same IP address. We're going to connect it." It's like, no, that's my wife's account. That's her items. I manage it, but that's it.
Yeah, but at least for me, handmade goods don't sell well on eBay.
Yeah. Handmade goods don't go that great on eBay.
No.
They do move, just not very well.
Granted, those were things that weren't moving on Etsy either, and they were on eBay on clearance, theoretically, but they still weren't moving. It was a great idea.
We did have a couple
Initially-
items sell.
Unfortunately, it wasn't mainstream enough for there aren't enough well, what was up there were some little satin prom bags that I had made, little purses that were really unique and really funky and really cool. And all of my friends thought they were great. Obviously, though, most of us are out of high school and not going to prom at this point. And at the end of the day, and when I talked to one of my friends about it, he was like, the problem is it's not what's in the magazines and things like that. You've got to find those unique, funky girls that want that, and it's hard to do that because even they are bombarded so much with the mainstream crap. So, yeah. It was sad because I thought it was a fantastic idea, and then it didn't end up very well.
Yeah, it is for the right people, but like you said, you gotta find those right girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Con of selling. I just remembered one of the items that I sent off that was used for Amazon. It sold on Amazon. I got paid for it. They sent it back stating that they accidentally ordered it. Okay. Amazon said it was still good to resell. So they sold it a second time. Person gets it. Didn't have the box. Didn't have the manual. This was a modem. It didn't have the power cord. It didn't have the USB cord. It didn't have anything that I said that was with it. So whoever ordered it the first time didn't send all those items back. Amazon fucked up. And it was on their end. They left me negative feedback. In all the years of selling on eBay, I've never had a negative feedback.
Oh, okay. You were talking about Amazon just now, not eBay.
This is just general pros and cons of
Okay.
reselling, not just eBay.
Well, I was just confused about how I went from Amazon to eBay. Also.
I called Amazon and I told them, because I had to point out, I gave them a few days to see if they would catch it. They didn't. I had to point out that they sold it once, it came back, and they sold it a second time. They went back to Amazon on my feedback and removed it. So it can happen, but it's rare. All right, so That's 4 beers. I think I'm gonna cut myself off, at least for right now. I don't normally drink, but after a week and a half like I did, I needed to stop and drink because, wow, trying to pull $1,000 out of a week and a half, and that's right after you got paid from your job. Still get tips from your job, still get money from eBay, still get money from Amazon, and everything in between. And still taking a day off for a funeral. Life happens, so you have to stop and take that moment, but I was down for that day. But I still pulled $1,000 in a week and a half. Nobody can say there's no money in eBay. I don't care what you say to me, there's money to be made. There are other resellers that are eBay only, not just Amazon. Go out there and do it. It can happen, but you have to work at it. Get out there and do it. All right, so I think I'm done. Unless Sean has anything that he wants to add.
Nope, all good.
All right, so I think we're good. That's why I had Sean here, because he was able to monitor the chat and tell me, hey, because otherwise my computer will try and be weird on me. That, and I'm drunk, so.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
don't
I
forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.